This truck got scared. It peed a little. Pretty sure that radiator's the problem. Let's talk about it. Hey there, viewers. Today I went to pull the truck out of the garage and noticed a little bit of alien pee on the ground there. That green coolant. Pretty sure it's coming from the radiator. We're going to diagnose it, check it out, and see what it takes to fix this thing. Step number one, we're going to pressurize the radiator. Get some pressure in that system. Well, the system's up to pressure and it is dropping. Coming from up underneath the radiator, it's got a little drip. See the water right there at the edge of the radiator. Modern day radiators mix metal and plastic. It's a bad combination because they usually fail right there at the plastic. Either the plastic will crack or the seal where they meet will fail and it'll seep out. And that's what we have going on here today. So it looks like we're putting in a new radiator. The first thing we got to do is go underneath the truck and locate the petcock. It's right there. That's going to drain the fluid from the radiator. Open that up. Let that make a mess for a little while. Be careful not to back it out too far. It'll get you. Now that it's about done draining, we'll go ahead and close that off. Move over to this lower radiator hose and take that off. Get a pair of spring clip pliers and remove that. Pull that hose, get the rest of the mess out of the radiator, and then move up top. If you don't like the taste of coolant, I suggest you give it a wide berth when you pop that lower radiator hose. I highly recommend leaving a drip pan under here because that radiator is going to continue to drip. Top radiator hose is an 8mm. I don't know that I need to take this overflow tank off, but I'm going to move it anyway because I just think it's going to make things a little easier. That got me a little more room. Got 12mm bolts holding the fan shroud on. That bolt's about 5 times longer than it needed to be. There's another one on the other side. Those bolts loose. It should pull up, pop out of place. Kind of set it back out of my way. Next, go after the radiator bolts. One here, and those are 13mm. We'll go ahead and take the rubber plugs out. It doesn't have to be done at this step. We'll do this later, but we'll go ahead and get those up out of the way. Those are the rubber insulators between the radiator and the core support. Moving on to the front of the radiator, we got 2 8mm bolts, and looks like a 12 or 13 over there maybe. Now yours might not have both of these if you don't have the tow package on yours. These are both coolers. The bolt on this side is a 13mm. Now that's loose, we're almost there. I do have to go underneath it though, because there's 2 bolts for this bottom trans cooler that's through the radiator, and I got to take those out. I had to get the shroud out of the way in order to get to them. There she is. All right, now it should just be a matter of fishing this out of here. Now that everything's disconnected. Out we come. It's pretty near impossible to pull a radiator out without spilling some on the floor. It's almost a guarantee every time, but we can see right here where this one was leaking. It was right at that seam between the metal and the plastic, which is a typical failure point. Well, the new radiator's in. Nice, shiny, and new. Before we install this, we want to make sure that we've got plenty of room to install it, because what we don't want to do is bend up these fins. These fins are real delicate, and they bend real easy. So we don't want to mess that up. So give yourself plenty of room. Go slow, don't rush this process. It's also important to note you got to transfer the rubber foot from your old radiator to your new radiator so that it sits down in the plug in the core support. Always check for any kind of hardware. A lot of times the new radiators won't come with the hardware and you got to transfer that off your old one. This one I was pretty fortunate. The only thing I had to transfer was that foot. Okay, install our retaining screws. These are 8 millimeters, if I remember right. We got our 13 millimeter goes back here. Nice and snug. I have to go to the underside to get this cooler up and in place. So I have to do that when it's in the air. While we're under there, we'll go ahead and check that petcock's tight and put on that lower hose. We'll put our little rubber bumpers back in. We can reattach the radiator. Now for the fan shroud. Lifts up, slides in some clips down at the bottom. Make sure it's lined up on both sides. It pushes down. Now we can put these obnoxiously long bolts back in. Button up the fan shroud. Overflow tank back in. Replace the 310 millimeters. I don't know that I really needed to take that off, but I do think it kind of helped with getting the shroud back a little further. Top of your hose on. Overflow tube back on. We are ready for fluid. Put the air out of that line. The top radiator line has a bleeder Allen. And typically, if you don't crack that thing open, you'll never get all the air out of the system. For the truck running, you want to put the heat all the way to the hottest position. Turn the fan to the lowest setting just enough to get it to cycle. Sometimes there's an actuator that controls whether fluid's going to the heater core or not. So anytime you're doing a radiator fill, you want to make sure that that valve is open so that it's flowing through the heater core and you're replenishing whatever coolant is in there as well. If we let this run long enough to warm up, let that thermostat open up, it'll suck down any remaining fluid. The alternate way of doing it is just to stop here, cap it off, take it for a drive. After the car's cooled down, fill it up the rest of the way. But if you don't wait for that thermostat to open up, you're almost guaranteed to have to add more coolant to it later. As always, thank you for watching. If you got any questions, drop a comment down below. I'll respond as soon as I can. Please like, share, and subscribe.